Hi, I hope my microphone is working. I'm using a very bad pair of earphones. I can't listen to them, so I hope it works. Anyways, hi. Today I'm going to be talking about my popular. I don't know, K-pop opinions, my bad K-pop takes. I don't know what to call it. Honestly, I haven't done a voice video or voiceover in like 10 months. So yeah, this is my voice, I guess. Yeah, let me just start. Commenting, let me stay on Korean TikTok, in the TikTok comments of a Korean person is just weird, okay? I can't be the only one who's noticed this. It's just, what? I just feel it's kind of weird, and you just, not fetishizing, it just, because Koreans are just like us or anyone else. Why? Okay, I get it if you think their TikToks are funny, but why don't just follow them? Not every Korean is funny. Let me know your opinions on this, because it just bothers me a lot. I find it extremely cringy, and I don't know if someone commented that on my videos on TikTok, and I was, now I'm white, honestly, but I'm not like a native speaker of English. If someone commented, let me stay on my country's TikTok, excited, I would be weirded out, creeped out, honestly, and especially since so many K-pop fans tend to fetishize Koreans or Asians in general. I don't know, if you're Korean or Asian, just let me know how I feel about this. Yeah. So this one is also going to be a bit controversial, and let me know, preface this by saying, I am a J6 stan. I've stan them for 3 years, but I think Jay will be the first one to leave JYP and K-pop in general. And this is a hot take, honestly, because recently we've seen him try to, he's got cancelled, I hate saying that, but he's gotten cancelled by Kenneth a lot recently for just doing things that are normal to do when you're a Western celebrity, and he shouldn't be cancelled for those things, obviously. And I can tell, everyone can tell that he's getting really sick of it. He got asked by another streamer, like, oh, what's your type in girls? And he was like, I can't say that, you know why? I'm in K-pop. And he was just so annoyed. And I just find it quite annoying at this point, because I get that he's annoyed at it all, but, you know, he has an image, and he definitely could say his type of girls, because that is a very common thing for K-pop idols to get asked, so I don't know why he responded that way. I guess he's just very tired of it all, but I do think, while he has, what we've seen at least, he has a quite good relationship with JYP himself, but I do think he will leave JYP and the entire K-pop industry, just in general, and just start doing his own solo work. This might also turn out to be like the thing where people say the same thing about Jackson from GOT7, that didn't happen, but I feel like Jackson didn't really criticize the K-pop thing. But Jay does that a lot. He's streaming, he's doing solo activities. I don't know, I think J6's contract ends next year, and considering like they're going into the military soon, or most of them are going into the military this year, next year, so like that, I think at least Jay will leave JYP. I think the rest of the group wants to stay a group. But that's my take on it. I just feel like that will happen. Because he's expressed that he's very tired of being a K-pop idol. I don't really think that was what he wanted in the first place at all, either. It isn't always the company's fault if a group flops, and I'm gonna get murdered by the example I'm using. because Jesus Christ. But you could take CLC as an example, and while recently I think Cube is shit, but I've been standing Pentagon since like 2018, and I've kept up with CLC for a good while, and since Hobgoblin, Cube has been shit, but CLC were given a lot of opportunities and songs to go viral, so to speak. First 2 years of their group, of their career, that's what the word is, and people just didn't like it. And that's like, how can you blame a company for the general public not liking songs? What? Like, you always say, or people always say, like, oh, this song is so underrated, it's so good, but it's underrated. Yeah, but that's just saying, like, a good song can be good and people will still not like it. Like, what? And I agree that Cube has not been great at handling them. They haven't been great at handling Pentagon or Formula or any group at all, actually. So it isn't just CLC that's being mistreated. It's everyone under Cube, really. Most of the time, it is the company's fault. Pristin, for example, that's Pledis, all on them. But other times, if the company is pushing out songs they think is good, EXID, for example, or Brave Girls, it isn't always the company's fault. It's just the general public not liking their songs. And again, you can argue with me on this one. I would love to hear your opinions on these, please. But I just feel like K-pop stans, especially on Twitter, always are like, oh, this company is so bad at promoting them, even though they've had 3 comebacks. Yeah, they've had comebacks. If it's not doing good, then obviously that's the general public's fault for not liking them. I can't look past racist or homophobic or etc. remarks from idols. I just can't. And I'm gay myself, which is not the biggest minority, but still. So I know how much it hurts to get like remarks or slurs thrown at you. But for example, Mamu, g-idle, any idol who's done something and repeated it. But what I think is, for example, in g-idle's and Mamu's instances, they did one mistake and they apologized after getting so much hate from international fans. And you remember that, international fans apologized and said they were reflecting. But yet again, they made the same mistake again several times, and after apologizing so many times, I just do not believe it. There's a difference between apologizing and actually learning and taking accountability for what we've done. Okay, so I get idols are humans too, and humans make mistakes, and most of the time it probably is because they don't know any better, but right, and they get informed that they've done something that isn't right, and they apologize and just say, I'm going to reflect, it will never happen again, and they don't do it again. That's okay, and that's up to the people who they offended to accept their apology. But in the instances of Mamu and g-idle, probably other groups as well, they've apologized, said they were learning, say it was a genuine mistake, but they continue to do it time and time again, and that just shows us that they do not care about us at all. They do not care about their fans at all. They apologize that really quickly just because international fans are demanding it. Just throw it out the window. And you can tell that because a lot of times companies or the idols themselves won't apologize until K-netizens are finding a problem with it. K-netizens will drag up idols who drank or smoked underage, which I think is completely normal. Everyone does it, basically. It's not something that's harming other people. We drag that up, and within 24 hours, the company or the idol will have apologized. Lawyers on the case, what? But when they say the N-word or culture appropriate. No, that's 3 to 5 business days. And what? I can't make it make sense. Because in my mind, an apology is not an apology unless you show that you actually changed. I did something to you, I punched you, and you said, ow, that hurts. And I would be like, oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And then 2 days later, I would punch you again and apologise and do it over and over again. Just because it's an apology, I'm apologising so I can do it. And that is not how it works. K-pop fans in general tend to just, oh, they don't apologise, don't bring it up again. But the point of an apology is to show that you've changed, and you cannot show that you've changed without talking about the mistake you made. If you're POC or anything that has been appropriated in K-pop, just please comment and tell me your thoughts on this, because obviously I'm white, so I can be wrong, and I would really like to learn other people's perspectives on this. K-pop fans are extremely hypercritical when it comes to eating disorder behaviours in their idols. I struggle with an eating disorder myself, so if anyone who decides to comment, oh, they don't, shut up, shut the fuck up, I do not care. I have genuinely struggled with this myself, and when you have an eating disorder, you can easily tell when other people have signs of it. Not saying they have one, but you can tell the signs of it. And I'm going to take, this is no hate towards Blackpink or anything, I love those girls, but K-pop fans will be like, oh, they're so skinny, but they get pressured to be on diets by their companies. Why do companies do that? And they're like, oh, poor them, which it shouldn't happen. But when most female idols or idols in general have disordered eating because of those diets, and they go bashed on by the K-pop community just for saying that they were concerned for Blackpink's health because they were eating so little and they were showing signs of eating disorders. It's kind of naive to think that no K-pop idol has eating disorders, because I think majority of them do, or at least have disordered eating. It's a given, really, because they put on these really stressful and hard diets, as obviously K-pop fans love to comment on. But once people say, oh, this looks like an eating disorder, they're like, no, they're perfectly healthy, stop hating on them. Saying someone just maybe has an eating disorder because they're concerned for them is not the same as hate. Men in K-pop get oversexualized a lot, and I'm not saying that girls don't get oversexualized, but that at least it's a problem, because I see mainly girls oversexualize anything men do in K-pop. If they're shirtless, all the comments about that. You've seen videos on Twitter or TikTok or whatever where they will just zoom into the crotches while they're dancing. I would be so uncomfortable if someone's zoomed into my crotch when I was dancing. What? I just feel like it is just so inappropriate, but when someone does it to girl group idols, a whole rage starts, and both of them are extremely bad, but I feel like no K-pop fans actually react when they do the same to male idols. I just feel like it's just very saturated, because both K-pop idols, like girls and boys, can have it bad and be sexualized, but I feel like the sexualization of boys or men, they're men, get overlooked a lot. And this one is also going to get me murdered in the comments. JYP, the person, is actually a really good dancer and singer. Now people tend to hate him and he has his bad performances, but if you haven't watched him and Sunmi, oh my god, they sing live, both of them. He's nearly 50, okay, maybe not now, he's probably in his early 40s, but still, he dances and sings live with no backtrack, nothing. And you can't say that he's a bad singer for that. I just feel like the hate on him is a bit too much sometimes, because people tend to think that he is the one responsible for literally anything JYP Entertainment does, when it's not. All in all, he's a really good singer. His ballads are so good. I'm not even gonna lie. And to end this all really long video, ktubers shouldn't have award shows. That's it. You just shouldn't. Stop thinking you're so fucking mighty. Yeah, no, I just think that ktubers think they're a whole lot more than they actually are. They're irrelevant, all of them, and making their own award shows where they make their fans. I don't think ktubers even can have fans. We're just uploading compilation and our thoughts. I don't think you should have fans for that. Vote on them, and obviously that's going to start drama. I don't get it. And also, every damn ktuber gets cancelled all the time and several times. What does not click? Honestly. Yeah, but that was my K-pop unpopular, popular opinions. I don't know, just my opinions. Please, if you like this, subscribe and like this video, and comment what you think as well. I really appreciate it. I am begging for interactions. Honestly, I just think it's so fun to come onto YouTube and see that someone's commented on my video. Yeah, thank you. Bye.